Tonya Hofmann's fabulous. Tonya Hofmann's fabulous. Tonya Hofmann's fabulous, fabulous TV show. Tonya.
Hello, everybody. I am so glad that you're back to my show. This is Tonya Hofmann, and this is my fabulous TV show. And I'm so excited that you're back to hear some great information today. And of course, I brought a fabulous guest today, Miss Gina Crystal. Gina, how are you today?
I'm great, Tonya. Thanks. I'm so happy to be on your show today. Yay!
Yay, yippee! So we're going to hear from Gina in just a minute. You know, one of the things that I love bringing you is just a great tip for you today. So my daily tip is, how are you showing up? Now, we talked last time about showing up and being present in the moment. If you're with somebody, you're there with them. If they walk into the room, you stop what you're doing so that you can focus on them. And this is important if you're in business, if you have a career, whatever you're doing, families, relationships. It's about giving pieces of you. So today what I want to talk about is collaboration. And a lot of people just don't get it. I see it all the time. People are takers. They take. Me. They're like little horrible little birds. They're like, bah, 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 right? So don't be the chihuahua. Bah, 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 bah. You want to be the one who is a giver, the one that says, how can I help? How can I serve you? And it's so incredibly important because you stop trying to get something out of everything. And it's amazing how much more you give back. So I deal with it all the time because people are like, oh, Tonya, I want to speak at your conference. Oh, Tonya, I want to do this. I want to do that. Can you send out an email? Can you send out a post? Can you do this? And I love doing it. But don't be the person that never offers something back. Or when I ask for some help, for you to suddenly go, no, I can't do that for you, you know, or there's this equalization. Oh, well, you know, I'll give you something, but it can't be as much as what you've done for me because I'm so much more fabulous than you. Stop doing that to people. Okay? People don't like it. Believe me, they don't like it. So stop. So I want you to really expand and look at equalization. Nobody is above you, and you're above nobody else. We are all equals. We're all humans in this life. And we are amazing, each in our own individual way. So I want you to own your individualness and let other people own how fabulous they are. So don't just want to absorb all everybody else's fabulousness and not give back. So that's my tip for today. And that's why I wanted to bring Gina in, because she's so incredible and she's an expert on difficult relationships. So we're going to hear about that in just a minute. First, I want Gina to tell us a little bit about her. So Gina, can you give us a little bit about who you are and what you do?
Well, I am a transpersonal consultant and coach. That means that I use so many wonderful techniques to help people heal, to help people find their authentic self, and to be able to manifest their most wonderful dreams.
Nice. So have you always been this fabulous, or have you kind of like struggled in some things that made you come up to this, or you're just always had great relationships?
Oh, absolutely not. I come from Italian immigrant parents, and I was born in New York. They were born in Italy. So difficult people, I lived with it. Love them, though, really. It was like being from Mars. For me, they were like from Mars, and I was, okay, let's get with it. Let's do all this really great stuff. But they were very, very overprotective. They didn't believe girls should go to college. So I struggled right away learning how to find my own independence with difficult people that were my parents. And it didn't stop there. I started my career as a high school English teacher, and I was a really good one. And I really helped my high school kids learn how to read when they couldn't read. And I had this wonderful program. And one day the principal calls me into the office, and I thought I was getting a raise. And he said, forget what you're doing. It's too modern. I want you to go back to the old way of teaching, diagramming sentences, and give them all A's. It doesn't matter whether they could read or not. So I felt like there was a knife in my gut. And I thought, wait a minute, this isn't going to work for me. And after feeling it, I decided to quit that job and really find my own way through my professional life. And that's led me to a lot of wonderful, wonderful experiences. I wish I could say that was the only difficult person I ever encountered, but there have been many more since then, but that was one of the hardest.
I think, a lot of it is, the perceived values that people put on others. I know my father was the same as yours. When I graduated from high school, I was straight A student. He expected straight A's. And then when I'm like, what do I do now with all these straight A's? And he's like, what do you mean? You're just a girl. Just go get married and have babies and have someone support you. I'm like, well, that doesn't sound like much fun. Why would I do that?
They used to tell me, learn how to wash a pot, and I'd say, why? I mean, there's a whole world out there of wonderful things to do, and you want me to stay home and wash dishes?
Yeah, I mean, we've got such a small time on this planet, and I'm like, that is something I'm not wasting my time with.
Ditto. I agree with you on that one for sure.
I know we had Tamsin Cochran on from England the other time on the show, and she loves cooking, and that's just something I just can't grasp, but yet I allow people that are fabulous like her to love cooking and do it, but don't ask me to do it.
I like cooking recreationally, but not to have to do it 3 meals a day every day.
Exactly. So tell us a little bit about how does someone kind of deal with these difficult people? What makes them difficult probably in the first place?
Well, the thing is, and there are a variety. It's not just your husband or wife or boyfriend or girlfriend. It could be your boss, your best friend. It could be your mother-in-law. And one of the things I've learned is that there's a twofold process. There's the outer way to know when to speak to a person like that and when to keep quiet. And also, I call it the inner game. What is it in you that totally overreacts when you're around certain people? And so I've developed a whole program around this issue, and it works. I mean, I use it myself, continue when I have them in my life.
What do you find, is like the thing that most people make a mistake on when they're dealing with people?
First of all, especially women, though, I mean, men can have this particular issue too. Women blame themselves. Men get angry. Now, please, I don't mean to say every man and every woman is the same way, but there's a lot of self-blame going on with difficult relationships, and this is one thing. And the thing is, it's not about you most of the time. It's about that person, their own agenda, what they have going on. You happen to be there. And is it time for my first tip?
Sure, go ahead.
Okay, my first tip is know your emotional triggers. Mine was every time somebody looked at me in that critical way, the way my mother used to look at me, I went into my whole childhood story. You're not good enough. You're not smart enough. You're not anything enough to be able to do all the wonderful things that you think you want to do. So it would be a look, it would be a tone of voice, and all of a sudden that story would play all over again. So my tip number one is if you're dealing with a difficult relationship or person, know what triggers you. What do they say that really creates such a deep emotional reaction in you? And just looking at that is the first step in learning to objectify the situation.
Love it. I know, and for a lot of people, it's their clients, people that they're trying to do business with, and they just expect everyone to be the same, so here's, you got a product, here, buy it. Now we're done. And it's just not the way it works. There's some people that should never be your client because you just can't connect. And I used to have a real problem with people saying that they didn't like what I was doing. And I felt, well, I'm doing so much for you. What do you mean you don't see the value in it? And it had nothing to do with the value that I brought. It was from their side and their perception of what they were wanting out of things. So I think a lot of it is that perception issue.
It is really, and it's true, not everyone with clients, because I know what you mean with clients. They're not always going to be a match. And also, what really, really can go fabulously with one client sinks like a rock with another one. So one has to really get in tune with how can I best serve my client, even if I would prefer to work a different way. Like, I like to do a lot of inner game stuff, but I have some clients that love to talk about it, categorize it, and understand every little emotion to the nth degree. And I've learned to serve them in that way.
Yes, I know one of the biggest kind of adjustments I had to learn is I naturally attract analytical people. And I'm like, at first I'm like, why do y'all want to be around me so much? I don't get you at all. And my husband's analytical, and so I've had to adjust my business model to support them because they do need more details, more step 1, step 2 than someone like for myself. I'm like, I can't even imagine doing step 1 first.
No, I feel that I've actually attracted my share of the analytical clients too. And I like to bask in the realm of meditation and chakras, so I've also had to adjust that to serve my clients.
Yes, because everyone has different languages, not just in our verbal, but in our, what you call, I guess, your head. There's
Right.
languages that you speak.
I would like to, while we're on this whole subject, I want to bring up one of the reasons I decided to really, with all the things that I do, devote special attention to this subject of difficult relationships. Because what I found is that no matter how successful or how beautiful or how handsome or how rich somebody may be, a person can really be taken down with this issue. Really, to the point where, I have some clients that would go home and on their free time go over every encounter they had with their colleague at work, their boss, their friend. And what it does is we have valuable chi energy. It lives here. And it's in our heart. And it's what we use to find our gifts and to manifest the dreams of our highest potential. When the whole ball of yarn is all knotted up because we're really bummed out about some relationship that we are not able to deal with, that make us feel really, really small, that doesn't happen. So as much as it's exciting, I know many other speakers, they talk about money and love and all these wonderful topics. But if you don't learn how to deal with the difficult people you encounter in life, there's no energy left for that other stuff. Yeah. So that's why I felt it was an area that really needed something all by itself.
Well, and I see, and there's always a catch-22, but I see a lot of people that are going out of their way to make sure their children never experience difficult people. And to me, that's almost doing a disservice to them, because then they really don't know how to handle those situations once they do, because you can't isolate yourself forever.
No, it's true. It's like, I don't know if you know the story of Siddhartha. Buddha was Siddhartha before he was, he came from a very wealthy family, and his father isolated him so that he never saw old age, sickness, disease, or anything like that. So when he left the palace, he was shocked to see poverty, sickness, age, all these different things. And it's the same. And if we make the world too easy for our children, when they leave the home, they're not going to be able to cope with it. It would be much better to teach them how to love themselves and how to really deal with the difficult people that they will encounter.
Yes.
You know, it's interesting. Even though I didn't list this as one of my tips, I realized that here's another tip, a little extra one. Basically, you know, everyone is struggling on their life path. Before one is going to encounter someone who triggers your emotions, send that person love and the highest intention, because it's all about love, actually. It really, really is. And even though that wasn't something I had originally intended to mention, we can't leave it out because they're struggling just like we are. Otherwise, they wouldn't be difficult.
Well, you know, I do when I, go and speak someplace, if I've got enough time, I always do own your fabulousness. And I get people to tell each other just how fabulous they are. And then I have them tell their partner how incredible themselves are. And it just shocks people amazingly that people have something really nice to say about them, even if they're a complete stranger, because we all have values and we all come into the room with those values. But it also, a lot of people have never been told that they've been fabulous. And I think that is one of the saddest things that I started realizing when I started doing this program, is how people just break down and start crying because nobody has ever told them how fabulous they are. And then it's very hard for them to turn around and accept it and tell somebody.
That's really true. That's really, really true. And it's really great that you do that. I love that you do that. It's so really wonderful because we have to learn how to accept that and know that we really are a light inside, no matter what. It doesn't matter how many things you might have done wrong in the past. Your light never goes out. And the more that we feel that, the more energy we have to do fabulous, wonderful, exciting things in our life and find out what is our purpose, what is our message, what do we want to do while we're lucky enough to be here on this earth plane.
Exactly.
So, yeah.
And to allow people to really, own how fabulous somebody else is. And I see all the time that people don't want to let somebody shine. I see it all the time, and people are putting someone down for being successful. I'm like, congratulate them. That is a very hard thing to do. If someone wins an award or something happens that's great, tell them that it's wonderful, because they rarely get it. And you should celebrate somebody else's success. It has nothing to do with you, and it doesn't take anything away.
There's enough to go around, and no one occupies exactly the same space. No one's way of saying something or gift is exactly the same. The more that we empower other people, the more we empower ourselves.
Exactly. Love it. Now, I know you've got something amazing to give away to the audience today. What is that?
I am offering to every wonderful, fabulous, exciting person watching Tonya's fabulous TV show, I want to offer you a complimentary Take Back Your Power emotional breakthrough session. So that's my gift to you for watching this wonderful program.
And then how do they get a hold of you?
You can email me at Radiant, RADIANT, Crystal, one word, CRYSTAL, at hotmail.com. RadiantCrystal@hotmail.com. Email me and we can set up an appointment, and we will do it by the phone. And I would love to offer you this session, and it's a really good one.
Awesome. And also, if you want to get a hold of Crystal, Gina Crystal, I use your last name. You are a Crystal, though. You're so fabulous. But if you want to find out all of her information, including her social media and all of that kind of thing, it's easy to do. Just go to Public Speakers with an S Association.com. Under the speaker search, you can just put in Gina, and then poof, there's her little ad. So you'll be able to get all of that information, and her phone number, email address, all that kind of good things are right there. Also, make sure you book her for your next event, because she's so fabulous. So make sure you check out everybody. If you haven't been to the website, what are you waiting for? Go to
What are you waiting for?
Right? Go to publicspeakersassociation.com, because we have so much fun, because it really is about you helping so many fabulous people. If you're not a speaker, you are doing a disservice to this world, because you have information and a brilliance and a light that others have to see. You have to change people's lives. And if you're not doing it, then you're being incredibly selfish. So I want you to stop being selfish, and I want you to get out there and do it. Plus, you can make some great money at it and really have a blast, because you get to meet incredible people like Gina, like me, like all the people that I keep bringing on this show. So that's what it's all about. So publicspeakersassociation.com, and you can find out all the details about joining, and we just have a blast. And you can get to come on my TV show. I mean, who wouldn't want to do that? So
Nobody.
right? Everybody wants to. It's like a whole list of people. Tonya, I want to be on your show. Yay. So I really appreciate it. So Gina, thank you so much for being on today. I definitely want you to come back soon.
What a pleasure, Tonya. And I just want to add one more thing to say that Tonya's Public Speakers Association offers continual opportunities to refine your message and really, really be the best that you can be. I haven't so far found something that does it to the degree that she does with this association. So yay, Tonya, yay, Public Speaker Association. Come on and join. It's great.
Yay. Thank you, Gina. I have a blast, and I think it translates, the more you do, the more you get, and I just love doing, so it all kind of translates back. All righty, everybody. I want you to definitely show up again to our next show. Enjoy, and I will see you soon. Bye. Bye, everybody. Bye, Gina.
Bye.